today. I think the team was very good on the ball and off the ball. The way they fight all together until the end. And for some moment we had some good moment on the ball, the way we played. So very happy with the overall.
Yeah, I mean, I think the expectation's high, and rightly so. We embrace that, and we want to be a team that is consistently winning, but it's the hardest league in the world for a reason. And there will always be dips, and there'll be moments where you don't get what you deserve, but you have to be mentally strong. I think that we have a great changing room, a great spirit in there, some great people, and we'll keep fighting.
Got a question I want to ask the boys. I can't work out how good Chelsea are because Cole Palmer is so good. Do you know what I mean? You know, so he's got, I think today you call it a pre-assist, don't you? That's a pre-assist. Yeah. And then obviously scores the winner. But do you know what I mean? I'm thinking if you take Cole Palmer out of that team because he gets injured or gets suspended, then what actually are they like? Because he is so influential.
Yeah, but I think if you take the best player out of a number of teams, they're not going to be the same kind of team. You're building your squad around them, all the flow, all the momentum, all the attacking phases go through your best player, and that's certainly the case for Chelsea and Cole Palmer. But there's also no doubt he's outstanding at the moment. Everything he does seems to result in goals, assists, pre-assists, as we saw today, and that pre-assist today was absolutely
Wasn't that same conversation with Eden Hazard at Chelsea?
Yes,
how important he was.
Of course, yeah.
But he reminds me of a 1970s Brazilian player, Cole Palmer. He does what he wants because he's so good, and a tinge of arrogance in a good way, because he already feels like he's been there 5 minutes, but he's the man.
And he is the man.
Yeah, but
he is the man, no question.
Players make runs. As soon as he gets the ball, they're off. They go and do something. They know there's a chance that he's going to play us.
Just tell everybody what's going on here, Leon, because it's really interesting. From before Cole Palmer gets the ball, this is for the first goal.
Yeah, it's just his awareness. Even now, you see now, he's just going to look over his left shoulder before even you pick up the play, and it's that look there that shows him exactly what's about, where the pitch is. Now he'll have another look. He knows where to take the ball. Now he's had a second look and he's able to play that kind of pass. But it's, you know, for 5 or 6 seconds before he gets involved in the play, that he's had the most crucial look, because now he's got the awareness that other players don't. And then you can play a pass of that quality. Jackson in the middle, winning the race against Dan Burn. Burn is a mile away. You're not happy with Shares?
No, with Share diving in. But Cole Palmer's the player. Obviously, you want him high up the pitch to play sort of as a number 10. But he plays like a quarterback at the same time. You could, on any given day, play him as a holding midfield player and tell him to spray the ball around and take players on number 8, and he could do it because he's that good in different positions. He's got a great football brain. And as I said, in a lovely arrogance way, he can literally just drop anywhere on the football pitch and have an impact.
And like all the best players, he knows it's like the best chess players, a pass or two, a move or two ahead, doesn't he? So he's looked there and he's thinking, if I get it here, I know Neto's there. Neto's going to go that way. He's quick. I can play. It's just absolutely
And also
brilliant.
as well, he hasn't tried to find Neto's feet.
No.
The levels of the levels that
intelligence.
It says to him, right, I can afford that to put that 20 yards ahead of Neto. Because pointless putting his feet. I know he's rapid. I'll put it 20 yards ahead. Then all of a sudden that'll favour him. Take Share out the equation. It's an unbelievable pass.
So we've got a situation here where a penalty is given and then overturned, which is obviously the reverse of what happened at West Ham. How about the way that this functioned? And are you happy they got to the correct decision in the end?
Well, what you want is you always want your referees to make decisions. And Simon Hooper, from his position, quite clearly sees some contact, blows the whistle, gives a penalty. And Jared Gillett was in the VAR hub for this. And when you see it, yeah, there is some contact. Dan Burnett is just there. He slips a bit. Is that enough for a penalty?
See, that looks like to me the high bar that we're talking about.
Yes.
And there's been a lot of praise over this decision today, and quite clearly he didn't feel. Yeah, there's contact. Yeah. High bar for intervention. Is that really a penalty? As we said, the referee has that final decision. So when he went to the screen and looked at it, he probably thought, I might have seen a bit of a grab on the shoulder, but it wasn't there.
That's the point, isn't it? So it looked to me like it was that, but it wasn't that.
And also, as well, when you're a player...
No, it's fine.
And you're sprinting in one direction to then try and change, you're obviously going to lose your footwork. Any little sort of nudge can nudge you over. It doesn't mean that it's foul, but it's good refereeing.
Credit to Gillett in the booth to be able to... Or to be able to just put that up there, because, as we're saying, on-field decisions we're usually going with. There was contact. He could have just let that go and said there is contact, but he spotted that, like we all did, that's not significant enough. Contact can happen. We're just discussing the game from the one from the West Ham game. Contact can be allowed inside the penalty area, but it has to really be sufficient, and that certainly was far away from it.
I think the thing is with it, what does football expect in that situation? And quite clearly, when he said it's no penalty, everybody went, well done.
Absolutely. And well done you, Chris. Thank you very much. See you next week. Thank you. Big game for Newcastle this week against Chelsea. They're winning 5 now.
Yeah, it's gone a little bit stale. And trying to work out what Newcastle's problem, I think it's Kieran Trippier being missing. Such an intelligent player who picks passes in. Yeah, there's a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, absolutely. OK, time for a quick break, but stay tuned for a great game between Brighton and Wolves. The Seagulls hoping to inflict a 5th straight defeat on Gary O'Neill's side, still without a win. See you in a couple of moments.
Chelsea. Wow. Hard-fought victory over Newcastle. 2-1 victory. They are back, man. They are back. I keep saying it. You know, they have lost 2 games this season. They are just Man City and against Liverpool. And both games they dominated. I mean, it's not like, you know, those games they lost, you know, those teams, you know, trashed them and beat them silly. No. Both games they lost, they dominated, and then silly mistakes at the back caused them. This team is serious. Anybody who doesn't see that they are serious is just joking. The signs are here, there, very obvious. Very easy to see. It's like, I mean, like Pochettino laid the stone and Maresca is now building the blocks. It makes so much sense. Pochettino laid the foundation stone and Maresca is building the blocks now. And that block is flying high already. Very soon now it will come to lintel level and then roofing level. So they are on a serious project going on. And if you look at the way they compete, you know, the thing is, last season I look at Chelsea and I felt, well, they are too soft, they get bullied very easily in some of the games, you know. When you are not playing well, at least fight for the 50-50s. Last season they were not doing much of that. And this season, even in the games that they were asked questions physically, like against Bournemouth and against Liverpool, also against Newcastle today, they stood up and fought. They fought so hard. And that's a mark of a team that now understands that nothing is easy. You know, they understand what it takes now to win games in the Premier League, and that's massive progress. They already have the talent. They just needed the mentality, the culture, you know, the understanding, the experience to know that this is not an easy league. You know, you have to fight for every ball, every second, every minute, you know, to win games. Stuff like stuff that Arsenal are doing at the moment, Man City are doing, the top teams are doing. Then they are adding that to their games right now. And now they have, if possibly, two of the top players in a pivot in the Premier League as a pair, in Caicedo and Lavia. These two as pair, these two as duo, man, they ate up everything Liverpool tried to build. Everything Newcastle tried to play through the middle. They were so tight on their midfielders. They were first before every balls. They were first before every second balls. Wow. And you look at the two, you think that they are the veterans. You know, you don't even they outplayed Sandro and Guimaraes, who are supposedly more experienced players and more established players and names. So it's stunningly good at Stamford Bridge at the moment. They are 5th, but like I said earlier, they are a point behind Arsenal. You know, so who are in top 4. So you can see the margin, and listen, it's easy to discard what Chelsea are doing. Very, very easy, because they bought a lot of players. Buying money does not. Money in football means actually not much, because at the end of the day you have to build a team, and they actually were buying young players, even though they were paying even at times over the odds to buy these players. But that Now you bought a player 100 million pounds does not change the fact that he's 21 or 22. It doesn't. You have to accept the process that will make the player an established international and established Premier League player. And they have gone through that despite spending that money. Is what they want to do. But right now it's paying dividend. Like right now they have the youngest squad in the Premier League. Hands down. And this team in next 2-3 years is going to be a problem. And you can see it, you can even feel it, you can smell it. You cannot deny it. In next 2-3 years, you hardly see a team in the Premier League that will stop them. Because they're actually not going to stand still. They are actually going to add every season, try and improve that squad. And if you are young, the possibility of getting better is quite very high. Against the possibility of getting better if you have players of 29-30 who are already peaked and or even some crossing their peak. So the possibility of Chelsea dominating the Premier League is very, very high in the near future. I'm making this prediction now. You can call me crazy, but it's what I see. And I think it's reality. It's going to happen. That is if Chelsea don't mess it up themselves. If their owners don't all of a sudden feel under pressure, if results are not good, sack the manager, start buying 50 players again every summer. If they resist those things, they are going to be a problem. They are going to cause a lot of teams problems going forward in this league. And I see that starting from next season. This season, they may finish in top 4, but they may not challenge for the title. But if they finish in the top 4 this season, next season, bank on it. They are going to challenge for the title.